Welcome back to another war. Starting off with my card from last season. I'll just throw this at the beginning of my videos to have something to talk about. But this has my Shinobi badge up there in the top left for having over a 96% solo rate. So overall, it was a pretty good season last season. And Tater's running a little bit behind, but we love him. You know, he does what he can. This first war is from War 4. And I threw this as the start because there's only one fight, and as you can tell on my thumbnail, I go from one fight to 7 fights, so it's a bit much for one video, but it's kind of whatever. This first one's the dragonman. I've done it before quite a few times. I'm pretty much all synergized up for him because I didn't need to put any pre-fights anywhere. So She-Hulk adds an extra 2% attack per heat charge. And Heimdall was, in case I really scrub up, he might save me. As you can see here, my whole plan will be to bait the SB1 and to use that to get rid of his power gain buff. And that's pretty much all I do for this fight. He doesn't always throw the SB1 like you can see here, but when he throws the SB2, he converts the power gain into a fury. So that gets rid of it as well. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. And once again, here I'm able to get the SB1 bait. And this fight is just going very smoothly. And I get to my SB3 here. And last time I did this and things were going so smoothly, I threw the SB3 and it kind of got me in a little bit of trouble. So I was like, this time I'm just going to relax and just hold on to the SB3. So if he does get to an SB3, I can immediately throw it, get out of the corner, and all that good stuff. But I wasn't going to worry about it. And then here it's just like, wow, that was a really smooth fight. So if you can get him to bait, I'm not going to throw my special 3 again. I was surprised by how well that one went, and even Big Manny gave me a slick comment for that one. So I was pretty happy with that. But that's all it was for War 4. Pretty. Not a simple fight, but, one I've done enough. Now, this is a War 5. Start off here with Venom on Path 8. Yeah, not Path 9. That was kind of weird for me. Then Torch and Dormammu. None of these fights are really big issues. And then the fight y'all probably want to see is Domino on Mixmaster. And I've never fought Mixmaster in war before, so I was a little bit worried about that. Annihilus, who I wasn't too concerned about. I'll probably lose some health on that one, but I wasn't too. And then I wasn't too worried about it. And then Professor X, I was somewhat worried about because I wasn't really too sure how that would go with his whole falter mechanic and the window of opportunity stun and all that. And then Apocalypse on the hazard shift. That's another fight I wasn't really too worried about. I throw on the big boosts here because you can see by my energy, I've waited until I've got quite a bit of energy and everything was opened up for me. So through 6 hours, I should be able to just run completely through this whole war map. You can see here I'm throwing on the tech boosts now, and that's for that domino fight. I threw on the experience boost because I've seen people do that in other vids, and I was like, all right, I'll just take all the luck I can get. Now, whenever you saw me have Doom on my team and Venom here, you probably thought I was going to use Doom, and originally that was my thought, but then I remembered Protect, and Doom is really not that great against Protect because he triggers it a lot. So against this, I was just like, I asked my BG, and I got one person responding. He's like, yeah, just use rulk. And I was like, yeah, that's probably the safer bet. So I just went with that. And so now, as long as he's willing to throw his special ones, it'll be really easy. And if I push him to an SB2, it'll just be some block damage. So unless he goes completely, doesn't want to throw a special, then I'll be fine. But you can see here, he's being very, very free with this SB1, even more free than I was expecting. I was expecting to have to eat a few, or at least block 1 or 2 SB2s, just because that's how Venom usually is, but he just throws it away easily. And so this fight's just even though I don't have the larger amount of damage from the higher heat charges, it's still a relatively quick fight. 56 hits, not a big deal. Going into this next fight, this torch, rulk will absorb any incinerate, so I really wasn't too worried about, blocking his specials and letting him get smolders and all that. I was just like, if you do, you'll just be giving me more heat charges, which his heat charges transfer into physical, direct physical damage. So, it's not incinerate, so you can see here, like, it's just burning right through a torch here. And here I'm baiting the special 2, to be safe. If you've never done it, the best way I've found for baiting his or evading his special 2 is, get out of that first loop and then wait until he hits you on that first try. Don't, because if you go early, you're going to get smashed. But if you wait until he actually lands that contact on you, then you can just back out of the rest of it, and you don't have to worry about it. It takes a little bit of practice to get used to it, but it's really safe after you get used to that first hit and dash back, and you can see the result there. There I'm going and throwing on the rest of the suicides. I didn't on the first 2 fights because of the passive heal block, but I wanted the extra damage for this Dormammu, because I was like, I'm not going to bother taking off deck, so I'll take the extra damage, and then I want all of the damage for that Mysterio fight. But this fight it's rulk versus a rank 3 6-star rulk versus a 5-star Dormammu. So like even if I mess up in dex once, it's probably not going to kill me. But you can see here I'm just kind of trying to bait, but I'm not too worried about it. If I push him to an SB2, I'll just block it. It's mostly just get through it. What was that on hits? 30? Oh, 21 hits. Oh, yeah. Not even a problem. And then here's the main bout. I've never done Mixed Master in War before, so this was a first for me. I've fought Domino before, but there's no power gain for her here, except for the Power Focus 1. And then she's got Aggression Prowess. So it's going to hit hard on a block, so I'm going to have to remember to dex that. So I did not take off dex on this one because there was no power gain like Power Snack or Spite or anything. And then for my combo, I was planning on going in here with medium lights, back off, parry, and try to either get the parry stun or beta heavy. Now if I beta heavy and I go with an MLM combo, then I would have to basically back off and get a parry, so because the medium light medium, well, your next hit meeting a medium should evade that, so that wouldn't work. Here I'm once again, you can see like right there was where I was having to wait for a parry stun, and then I missed a parry and I got smashed, but not too big of a deal. As you can see, the power back's giving me back about a bar to a bar and a half of power, so that's really helping me with just being able to maintain a constant special 2 rotation on her. Although that time I think I only barely got a bar, so it kind of depends on how much you crit. But still, even a bar is quite a lot for keeping this rotation up, because with you only being able to do medium light or medium light medium on her, then it does make the fight quite a bit longer. So, but you can see it went pretty clean other than that one missed parry, and I was rather happy with that fight. It wasn't perfect, and I should have done some more medium light mediums before I threw the SB2, so I had longer the longer power drain, because each gas charge will determine how long it will how long the power drain debuff will last. I forget the exact seconds on it. I'm not using rulk for annihilus. I was just going ahead and healing him up before I forgot about it. So going into this fight, I don't have any 3-minute boosts. I'm pretty much just gonna wing it, really. I was kind of just looking for some intercepts, and I finally got it. And then as for, using the heavy, you can't because of the window opportunity stun. And even with the timer down, that wouldn't work out too well. So I was just like, whatever. And so most of this fight's just me throwing SB1s. And there I accidentally parried. But I was like, oops. But it wasn't during the reflected stun, so all I had to do was wait it out. So that wasn't too big of a deal. Here I throw the SB2. It's because I got there, and I am running MD5 on this, and that's pretty helpful. As you can see, a lot of this fight's just bear intercepting and trying to bait special ones, but when I was ready for the special one baiting, he didn't really want to throw it, and when I wasn't quite ready, I screwed up a few times, I think. So, yeah, this is kind of like the Rulk versus Dormammu fight. They're both Rulk and Doom are both very tanky. So here I'm just using his block penetration to kill annihilus through the block since there wasn't much left. So not the cleanest of fights, but it worked out. So after that one, I dropped the MD off of my suicides and threw and I dropped the MD off and put the suicides back on. And here I'm just like, all right, just block and bait out heavies, and then just keep an eye out for that timer. And so I see the timers here, and I go in there for the attack, and I accidentally threw a second one, which could have got me smashed, but I got a little bit lucky. But once again, I'm heavily boosted, and Rulk's a tank, so you can see here, I saw the timer, and I parried, and it switched over the timer and removed it, so that, there's an extra pot gone. So, but once again, not a huge deal, just like little slips, little dilly moments. And then for the final one, this is the Apocalypse Node 49 Hazard Shift. Pretty much the fight I take every war, because I guess that's just what I'm good at. Everyone needs a role. So for the most part, I'm wanted to push him to SB2s just because of reduced block damage, but I wasn't really too worried about it because he puts a lot of debuffs on you for whichever special he throws, and that's just willpower healing to me. Even if it does extend the fight a little bit, when you're blocking them anyway, you're not taking a huge amount of damage. Oh, I guess the SB2 didn't put one on me. I guess it's only the SB1 that puts the weakness on. Yeah, oh well. Oh, wait, no, I know what it is. It's if you already have a debuff on you on the SB1, he'll place one. Oh, yeah, I remember that because the whole tiger thing. Yeah, so if you have a debuff on you, which I had the bleed debuff on you, bleed debuff on me, and he throws his SB1, even through the block, the SB1 will place a weakness on you. I forgot about that until just now. I learned that from the whole Tiger debacle, trying to use Tiger for Apocalypse and not being able to do it with suicides. So you could see one thing I did a lot in this fight was I used a medium light, and then just stopped and blocked, and you could see he was a lot freer with his heavies that way. So, 7-fight war, I was pretty happy. It's nice to, get a good chunk of fights in under my belt and kind of get off the schneid a little bit of being like, one war? That's not fun. But you can see my stats here. I'm up to 20 kills now. I'm still at the 3 deaths. My solar rate's back up to 86.96. I'd really like to get that back up to at least 92-93% before the end of the season. TDR is 26. Solar rate bonus is bad, but it's no longer increasing. Like, even though I didn't die last war, I only had one fight, so it's still on the incline. But with negative 2.95, I'm on the decline now, if I can keep from dying anymore. Power rating is 19.16, and PR rank is 9 in the BG2 and 28th in 4 Loki, so still not a great season. I got a lot of catching up to do. But if y'all liked it, hit the like button, hit the sub button. Y'all have a good one.